Good afternoon. My name is Larry Klayman. You know me as the founder of both Judicial Watch and now Freedom Watch. I'm a former federal prosecutor of the U.S. Department of Justice. And you'll remember that during the 1990s, when I ran Judicial Watch, I was very active in challenging Bill and Hillary Clinton for the 40-plus scandals that they had committed against the American people, many of which were crimes. I'm the only lawyer ever to have a court rule that a president of the United States committed a crime. That was Bill Clinton, when he released the Privacy Act protected White House file of Kathleen Willey, a woman that he had sexually harassed in the Oval Office. I was also active representing Clinton women who came forward, not just Kathleen Willey, but Jennifer Flowers, Dolly Kyle Browning, Kathleen Willey, as I just said, Juanita Broderick, all these people who had been harmed by the Clintons, and in particular Hillary Clinton. And I remember the Lewinsky scandal. And I wasn't so much concerned about Bill Clinton's immoral sexual behavior. That's something that he's going to have to answer to God for in the end. Because that wasn't the major scandal at the time. What was doing business with the Chinese, getting campaign contributions in exchange for giving national secrets to the Chinese over our intentions in the Straits of Taiwan and things like that. But I want people to learn a lesson from history here. Because the Democrats are seeking to destroy President Trump. They are jumping to conclusions that somehow he obstructed justice by a memo that was leaked yesterday, a government memo, and it was illegally leaked by Comey to retaliate for his having been fired by President Trump. Now, we don't know whether that memo is accurate, and even if it says what it says, we'll never know exactly when it was prepared. And of course, there was testimony by the Deputy Director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, that in fact there was no interference in the ongoing investigation of alleged Russian collusion during the last election. But all that being said, let's take a lesson from the Lewinsky scandal, which was relatively minor in comparison to other things the Clintons had done. But this diverted the nation's attention away from affairs of state. And what was happening during that time was that Osama bin Laden and al-Qaeda was building up to wage the biggest terrorist attack in human history against the United States, something that even surpassed Pearl Harbor. As Bill Clinton was having oral sex with Monica Lewinsky in the White House, it was in effect the American people who were getting screwed. And the reality here is that this kind of behavior by our political establishment, where they seek to seize on every little thing to prevent a president from doing his job, and even Bill Clinton, we wanted him to do his job, and he certainly did it better than Barack Obama, who came after him. But still, he had these issues. It really harmed the country. And that's the message that I want to give today, because James Comey is not someone who can be believed. He's a certified liar. He is buried in an investigation of widespread surveillance of not just President Trump, but the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, 156 judges, other justices, prominent businessmen, people like yours truly, concerning a whistleblower that came forward that I've talked about on many occasions, Dennis Montgomery. This is the biggest scandal in American history, and Comey covered it up. And Comey has been unwilling to investigate the breaches of our Constitution, our Fourth Amendment, by this Orwellian surveillance on the American people, which are keeping us down and having a chilling effect on our even criticizing the government. Comey is not someone who should dictate the agenda. Right now, we have serious threats in this country. We have threats from North Korea. We have threats from Iran. We have other crises that need to be dealt with. And the Democratic Party, joined by establishment Republicans who have never liked Trump, that want to see him brought down so they can run their own establishment candidate for president in 2020. People like Paul Ryan, people like Jason Chaffetz, who wants to go off and run for governor, head of the Government Oversight and Reform Committee, a real political whore of the first magnitude. I have an ethics complaint sitting on my desk that will be filed shortly over him covering up the tragedy of Extortion 17 with Gold Star families for whatever reason. Others like John McCain, who absolutely detest President Trump because President Trump became president and McCain literally fell on his face. The American people did not want him as president. A hateful individual. These people are creating a situation right now where our adversaries, and people are talking about harm from leaks, harmed from giving national security to the Russians, which is a very specious charge at best. These people are harming our national security. So my message to you today is contact your representatives on Capitol Hill. Tell them to grow a set of balls, to be blunt. Tell them to get off the president's back, to let the facts speak for themselves. If they want to have their rinky-dink investigations, that's fine. Nobody says that you shouldn't look into the matter. But get on with the affairs of state and quit using this as an excuse, both Democrat and Republican, to do nothing but pound your own chest, get on Fox News, CNN, or MSNBC, and advance your own political career. This president is trying to make America great again. He deserves an opportunity to do that. He deserves an opportunity to tell the truth, and certainly he will be called upon to do that. But as I see it right now, I don't see an obstruction of justice. I don't see collusion with the Russians. What I do see is a concerted effort by Democrats and Republicans to bring him down for whatever reason. And the American people need to rise up. We need people in Washington who will do the job, and if they won't do the job, throw them out on their derriere ASAP, legally and ethically. We at Freedom Watch are working to do just that, hold them accountable under the rule of law. We will be filing a lawsuit against James Comey shortly for his covering up and doing other matters which subverted the Constitution of the United States concerning my client Dennis Montgomery and myself. I've been wiretapped several times in the last weeks. My phone has been hacked. I believe that he's behind it and others are behind it in the intelligence community. They're all going to be held accountable. You cannot be afraid. I am not afraid. Our founding fathers were not afraid. They risked their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, pledged their sacred honor, to form a great country. Now it's time that we preserve that great country. So join with Freedom Watch. Go to www.freedomwatchusa.org. Contribute to our cause. We need the resources to take on this very powerful establishment elite in Washington that wants to bring down the one president who the people voted for to make needed change in this country and to get the country back to the vision of our founding fathers. God bless, and God save America. Have a good day.